Welcome, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to another Wednesday night. The fundamentals to gain inner peace with your host, Coach Menachem. And here we are with all that's going on. Let's find ourselves wherever we are. Tonight, we're going to be discussing a little bit the support that we need, just being there together for each other, and how to listen, effective listening, be there for yourself and be there for others with all that's going on. So last week we discussed validating your emotions, no matter what you're feeling, to be aware of it, to understand how your brain is reacting to the situation. There's fight, flight, and freeze, whichever way your brain works. Some people look to do things to help out. Whichever way it is, it's fine, just to be aware. Some people freeze. Some people find themselves with walking around slow motion, not getting things done, and there's a lot of heaviness. And whatever it is just very important to just be aware. And it's aware to know, what are you doing? What are your coping mechanisms? You listen to classes, you watch the news. Not sure if it helps, makes it worse. Maybe organize tzitzis campaigns, sending foods, saying Tillim, or maybe keeping out of the whole thing. It's too hard. Just not looking at it, it's too overwhelmed. But again, just to be aware and understand that it's okay. There's no right or wrong. To understand, how do I work? How do I react? What does my body do? And this week we'll continue. Just understand that we all need support, to support ourselves, support others. With all that's going on, Hashem should help. We should only see Nisim. We're seeing a lot of Nisim. Your mind might say, yeah, but there's a lot of tragedies also. But, there are Nisim. Just think about the Iron Dome for a few minutes. It's like Yad Hashem. Every missile is unbelievable. But sometimes you watch the news, you're watching things that are not so good, and it's hard to see the good, hard to connect to the positives. So we all need some support space where we can get together, understand each other, understand yourself. And tonight, just by showing up, this is a place where we can just be. Whether you're relaxed or anxious, whether you're part of it or not, just by sitting here and talking about it. So that's what we can discuss. Okay, so before we start, if it's your first time here, welcome. And we're doing tonight class number 97, and all the classes are available on menachembernfeld.com. The recordings are available over there, and feedback is always available. You can send them to coachmenachem@gmail.com. And thank you all for sending me feedback. Just any questions, where you are on the journey, if it's working or it's not, everything is fine. It's where I am. So before we start, let's get grounded. If we do take some time off, let's use it to help us be in the moment. You can put both feet on the floor, or if you're laying in bed, just be aware of the bed you're laying on. Take a deep breath. Become aware of your surroundings, of where you are. And then you turn inwards just to see how your body feels. Any tingling, heaviness, shortness of breath, or maybe relaxed. Just be aware of what you feel like in your face, or in your legs, wherever it is, just those feelings. And to understand that even in these situations, and not even in these situations, we have to practice what we talk about. There's a lot of stress, overwhelm, a lot of negative emotions. What do you do? What could we do? And some people feel guilty, feeling good, relaxed. But to understand that, what does Hashem want from me now? To do the right thing, whatever it is, whether it's taking care of your kids, going to work, there's certain things you have to do. So you have to find yourself in the moment. You have to find some things that you do to be able to cope. So at the end, we'll do an interesting exercise. But for now, we'll do the butterfly hug. For those who are with us, we've done it before, but try it out. Something very simple, and it can help just reduce stress, anxiety. So here's how it goes. You take 2 fingers, you put it together like this, and you put them right on your chest. Or maybe it's more comfortable to put both of your arms on your chest or on your shoulders. Or if you want, you can just leave them on your feet, and we'll do some tapping. So I'm going to just do this together, put my 2 fingers together, and just take a deep breath and slowly tap one side at a time. Just keep on tapping slowly, whatever pace works for you. Gentle back and forth. And as you tap, just continue breathing slowly in and out. And you can just feel a little bit of relaxing, your body relaxing. Slowly tapping. While you tap, you can focus on a positive affirmation. You can say, I am safe. I am calm. I am at peace. Whatever works for you. And you can do this as long as you want on your own time during the day. But for now, take another deep breath in and just feel your body relaxing. And that's it for now. When you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. A very simple technique, but it works. Now, as usual, people say they don't have time. They don't have time. And then people say, what does it help? Why does it help? It's a small thing. It's not going to help me. I'm so anxious. That's not going to help me. But just be aware of those thoughts, of the thought that says, I don't have time, of the thought that says, it's not going to help me. And be aware that it's a thought. And try to do it anyways. Take 2 minutes and you'll feel a little bit of a difference. Some people will feel a lot, but even the little bits. And most important is to understand that we all need it with everything that's going on, even on a regular day. On a regular day, when you're busy with regular work or at home, we're running and there's so much going on, there's so much to do. To take 2 minutes off just to have some time for yourself where you can calm down, relax for a minute or two. It's important, especially in today's days when there's so much going on. And with all those thoughts and information that we pick up. So do yourself a favor, find some time, even though it's only 2 minutes, and do any technique. It doesn't have to be this technique, but find some active techniques that you do to help you in the situation in this moment. So here we are. Let's become aware of our emotions. What am I feeling? With what am I busy? What am I busy with? What's keeping me busy? Am I looking at the news every few minutes? What am I doing to cope? Now let's take a moment to listen. Listen to yourself. Become aware of where you are, and then you listen to yourself as thoughts. Thoughts make us feel a certain way, but just to be able to hear that, listen to your thoughts. And then if you can listen to yourself, you can listen to the people around you. If you can share in the chat, let me know. You can send me a private chat. Let me know what emotions come up with, what's the emotional home during these days? What's that a few emotions that you feel? Is it worried, anxious, stressed, keeping yourself busy, sad? Or maybe you're focusing on the positive, which could be a challenge many times, but you're managing. You're focusing on some positives. You're thanking Hashem. Very good. Thank you for sharing. So whatever comes up, whatever it is, understand it's just the awareness which is important. Just become aware first. Where am I? And in the middle of the day, if you ask yourself this question, it helps just to stop. Wait a second. Where am I? Am I lost? Or I'm conscious? I understand. So whatever it is, but just by asking yourself the question, where am I now? You close your eyes for a second and you become aware of where you are, which is amazing. Some people feel anxious, worried, overwhelmed, not knowing what to do. There's a lot of fear. Good, whatever it is, whatever comes up. The next step is to become aware of what we focus on, because that's usually makes us feel the way we feel. What are you focused on? And again, if for those who watched it, I can tell you what you focused on. But understand how we work. Our body is going to react to the thoughts that we think, and the information, the input, what we put in, the things that we hear, that goes in, and that's something we think about. If you're thinking about it, that means you're focused on those things. If it's negative things, you'll feel that way. So yes, it is important to go on a diet, media diet, as much as possible. Try not to follow, you say you tell them, you're doing your things that you need to do, and davening. But to be able to see what's going on, I have to know what's going on the whole time, more and more and more. Why is that? Why do you have to know back and forth, up and down? Again, just be aware. And it might not be easy. For those who are guilty, some people feel that if I sit in my house, relax, take care of myself, I feel guilty. So what do? You listen and you watch, then you feel part of it. So you don't feel so guilty. So you feel negative with everybody else. But wait a second, is that what we need to do? Feel guilty, find something that you can do. It could be something small. One kapitel Tehillim. Yes, you're one kapitel Tehillim. This is the message that's coming out from all the classes that we take, that we're all part of this war. Whether we're in the front line or we're here and doing our parts. Our part is davening, supporting, saying Tehillim, and doing what we need to do, and to make sure that we keep on going, because to stop and lay in bed is what they want. So why do that? We have to continue. And if you feel guilty, find something that's going to make you feel a little bit better by feeling that you're part of it, by helping out. Now, we discussed a lot of times, people feel that only if I finish the whole Tillim, that's when I feel good. But one kapitel Tillim, not. So just be aware of that thought, because if the whole thing could do something, then one could also. Just believe in yourself, and this is what Hashem wants from you. So it's really the awareness. Just be aware of why I feel guilty. What do I do? How do I feel? What does my day look like? Just take a deep breath and look at your day. How am I managing the past few days? Am I going to say that I manage? I also have ups and downs. It's sometimes easier, sometimes harder. I don't watch the news, but I do get a little bit of information here and there, and that's more than enough, and it's too much. Even by not watching, just by seeing a little bit here, a little bit there, this and that, it's too much for our brain. We know that Klal Yisrael needs Racham Shemayim, and what's that small part that you can do? Maybe you can say Kol Tilim, daven in your own words, in English. Be nice to your neighbor, to your kids. This is what we have to do. This is the little bit that we need to do. So yeah, ask yourself, where am I? What am I feeling? What am I doing about it? What am I doing to cope? It's okay to have techniques, relaxing techniques to be able to cope. And it's important to be there for yourself. Any technique that helps you relax, to soothe yourself. And then to listen to yourself, like you mentioned, listen to what those thoughts are that make you feel the way you feel. And after that awareness, we could decide how we want to feel. And it's something we discussed in the past. We can make a conscious decision. You wake up in the morning, say Moida Ani, thank Hashem. You say a tefillah, Hashem, please help all the Yidden around the world. And today, I would like to feel calm. I would like to feel relaxed. I know there are things that I have to do. I know there are things that are going on in the world. Please help them and help me. And we could choose the thoughts we want to think and the feelings we will feel. We could actually choose that. Isn't that amazing? It's like a button. So what are those coping mechanisms that you use? Could be positive affirmation, which we'll do in a minute. Any active relaxation, any active thing that you decide, this helps me, this makes me feel a little bit better. Any small self-care idea that we discussed many times. Taking a walk, listening to less in the media. But why is it so important? You have to be there for yourself. You have to be there for the people around you, for your kids. And this is very important. Talking about your kids, we discussed it last week. How to listen to them. If you don't spend time listening to yourself and not reacting, it could be hard to listen to your kids. And if they have certain thoughts that you don't like, they bring it up, it can be very hard for you to react in the right way. You might push it away right away, and then they don't feel validated. They want to feel that somebody understands them, listens to them. If we can do it to ourselves, if you can become aware of, what do I feel? What are my thoughts? And not be scared. Just listen to them, be there. Then you can do it for your kids. You can be there for another person, whatever they need. So before we go to positive affirmations, let's do another short, simple technique, which can help us just become grounded, be in the moment, and help us do the right thing. So this one is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 methods. And this is how it goes. So we start off looking around and finding 5 things around you that you see. We use your senses, 5 senses. Look around the room, just look at 5 things that you actually see. And in your mind, you can name them. Beautiful. And then you go to 4 things that you can actually touch. Maybe the desk in front of you, maybe a chair that you're sitting on. Just feel the way it feels. Maybe your clothing or your foot on the floor. 4 things that you can actually touch. Beautiful. And then 3 things that you can hear. Maybe it's noisy, so you have a lot of things to hear. Or if it's quiet, sometimes you can hear the lighting. You might hear a fridge or a clock. 3 things that you can hear. Maybe some noise from the outside. Beautiful. Now 2 things that you can smell. If you're sitting in a room, maybe they're baking in the kitchen, you can smell it. Maybe you're drinking a tea. 2 things that you can smell, fresh clothing you're wearing, whatever it is, 2 things. And now we're down to 1. What's that 1 emotion that you're feeling? Name it. Whatever emotion comes up. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Very simple technique, and it helps us become grounded in the moment, in the here and the now. And again, it's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you can see. Thank Hashem that you can see them. 4 things you can touch. 3 things you can hear. 2 things you can smell. And then 1 emotion that you feel. And then become aware, if you did it, how do you feel after that? A little bit more relaxed in the moment, in the here and the now. And again, it doesn't take so much time. I know you're busy. I know you don't have time. It doesn't take so much time. It takes a minute. And it works. You might look for something that's going to change your whole day. You want to feel relaxed for hours. So you're not going to do any small things. But start with something small. Because our body needs it. It just needs some time to take off. So let's end with some positive affirmations, which can help, because again, the way we feel probably comes from thoughts that we have, things that we focus on. And if we focus on some positives, it makes you feel a little bit better. So follow me if you feel you can connect to it, good. If not, that's also okay. And whatever you want, whatever you can take, you'll pick up and let it in. So here we go. I am deeply loved and cherished by Hashem. Hashem watches over me with unwavering care. Let it go in. The divine presence of Hashem surrounds me, providing protection and guidance in all aspects of my life. I trust in Hashem's divine plan for me, knowing that every experience is part of His loving design. Hashem's love and protection shield me from harm and guide me towards a path of peace and purpose. In the embrace of Hashem's love, I find strength and unwavering support. With faith in Hashem's love and protection, I am free from fear and anxiety. Hashem's love is a beacon of light in my life, illuminating even the darkest days. I'm protected by Hashem's grace and trust in His divine wisdom. Hashem's love surrounds me like a warm, protective blanket, keeping me safe and secure. And take a deep breath and just feel whatever you can resonate with. And you can say it again and again. And it's important to find some positive affirmations. You don't have to use these. Any positive affirmation that makes you feel calm and in the moments. So that's it for now. But again, for those who feel guilty, to distract themselves, they always want to be part of it. Well, yeah, I understand. I could understand where the feeling comes from, but you have to ask yourself, what does Hashem want from me? What does He want from me? Yes, I should feel with others, so, but what can I do? To sit and lay in bed because I can't, because it's so too heavy. I don't think that's what He wants. So we do need to find some techniques to be able to keep on going, to do the right thing, whatever it is. And again, there's always positives. I know there's a lot of negatives, but there's always positive. I personally sat down one day and I decided I'm going to thank Hashem for His protection with the Iron Dome. I was just thinking about those missiles, and we take for granted. It's like, we're good. If you can send missiles, we're good. Really. And that Iron Dome is amazing. But we forget that it's Hashem. And we take for granted because we only see the negative stuff. That's something so positive. Baruch Hashem, it's a nice. I sat down one day and I thanked Hashem over and over for the Nissim. I said, thank you, Hashem, for the Nissim. Thank you, Hashem, for the Nissim. Thank you, Hashem. And I was thinking about it. And then I wanted to daven. I had like a hard time to daven because I was like in a state of thank you, Hashem, for the Nissim. Yes, there's a lot to daven for, but I was just aware of that. I had to change into that mode of Hashem, please help us. There's so much going on, and it's all you, and we need you to help us, and we have to get out of this. But just be aware of just spending time in that positive place. Like, wait a second, Hashem is protecting us, taking care of us. So then we're good. It's true. We are good. However, there's a lot to daven for. And Hashem should help us all. So thank you very much. Thank yourself for taking some time off. Again, becoming aware of the emotions, aware of how you cope, of what's going on, what your days look like. And the small things that you can do to help yourself and the people around you. Thank you very much. And Menachem will meet Menachem next week, Wednesday nights. Hopefully, we'll talk about better things. And we should Menachem hear only good things. Have a good night and a great week.